G'day everyone, Kim Hart here. Today I want to talk about commissions, as this is a subject a lot of potential customers of my paintings have questions about, especially the ones that have never commissioned a piece of art before. Okay, so what is a commission? In the world of art, a commission is simply a request by a customer to create a piece of art. Or if you prefer the legal jargon, a commission is a contract between the artist and a client in which the artist creates a piece of art specifically for the client. The client pays an artist an agreed upon fee for creating the piece, and the artist retains the rights to the work. That last bit is important, so don't think you can start your own t-shirt printing business with a painting you've just commissioned me to do. The artwork may be commissioned by a private individual, by the government, or businesses. The artwork can range from small pieces like drawings or paintings to large-scale sculptures or installations. The most famous commissioned artwork of all time is probably the Sistine Chapel ceiling at the Vatican, painted by Michelangelo as a commission for Pope Julius II, 4 years of work for the equivalent of $600,000 US in gold. I'm predominantly a painter, so I usually get approached to create paintings. The customer is either an individual or an organisation that wants the finished painting for themselves. Or it is what we call a benefactor who commissions the artwork but then donates it to individuals or the public. Okay, so how does it work? The process typically begins with a client contacting an artist and expressing their interest in commissioning a piece. The artist and the client will then discuss the details of the project, including the size, the medium, subject matter, and the budget. Once these details are agreed upon, the artist will create the piece according to the client's specifications. I'll use a few recent commissions as examples in this video to help you understand what the customer wanted, the original idea or photo or painting, and the resulting commissions are marked as such. Is it as complicated as it sounds? The short answer is sometimes it's simple and straightforward, sometimes it's complicated and it takes a while to work things out. Sometimes a commission never happens for a range of possible reasons. In my case, it's usually pretty simple. Most people buy a painting they like from my store on the website or from a gallery, but some want something special, and there are two different categories. Option 1, different subject. The customer knows exactly what he or she wants, either based on a photo they provide or a distinct variation of an existing Kim Hart painting. In this case, I ask questions like, what subject, motive, details do you have in mind? What size would you like? What is your budget? When do you want it or need it? Now, this option is sometimes a bit of a back and forward process, but most of the time we work it out. Mind you, I sometimes reject a request for artistic or pricing reasons. The pricing for this option varies, but they are usually a little bit more expensive than the existing pieces. A perfect example of this option is a rather grainy photo that you'll see in this video right now. The customer approached me and wanted a ghost ship like this, but in a Kim Hart style. And here is the resulting commission. Mind you, if you ask for a painting based on a photo, you may have to provide the copyright to do so. And here's another example of a commission based on an idea. And here's another one. Option 2, slight variation. The customer wants a slight variation of an existing Kim Hart painting. This is the easy option, and again I ask them what they'd like to have changed, and it's usually things like size, format, the level of detail, or sometimes things like contrast or colour intensity. These are usually easy to work out, but I make it quite clear that the commission will look similar, but not the same, as I simply refuse to copy myself. The pricing for this option is usually very similar to the existing piece. A perfect example for this option are the two paintings you will see in this video. The original was a 30 by 30 that I just did for a bit of fun. It's still actually on my store for sale. Someone saw it and liked it, but wanted it in a bigger size and a landscape format. So the person approached me with that brief, and we agreed on a size, a format, and a price, and the whole conversation took probably 5 minutes. Too easy. And here's another example of a commission based on an existing painting. Conclusion. The process is very simple and more often than not enjoyable for the customer. They get to put their individual touch on a piece of original art for a similar price, and most people find that very rewarding. In most cases, I ask for a 50% deposit once we've agreed on a price and a time frame, and then the balance is paid on the completion of the work. I've been doing this for over 40 years, but I still get the occasional commission that becomes a challenge, but I like that. So don't be shy, approach me with whatever idea you have, and if it doesn't work out, no harm done. This has become more of an audio podcast now, but I hope you've learnt something or found this interesting. Thanks heaps. Cheers.